Hi there, lovely people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. I have covered three fragrances until now, and I took a couple of days break. If you follow me on regular basis, you must have noticed that I didn't do reviews for 2 days. If I didn't do today, it would be third day. Sort of want to take a break, and then these kind of videos. It's not a fragrance review. I warn you in the beginning. If you're watching for that, skip. I'm just gonna talk about life and some serious stuff. Okay, so here it goes. That something happened a few days back, couple of days back, and it really kind of like I was ready to do some reviews. I have quite few new fragrances with me. I wanted to do review for you, but it really got me depressed. Not on a personal level per se, like not a very uh, like down feel, but I sometimes you just feel sad. You just feel uh, inside you're not really 100%. You feel like you need some time off. Perhaps it's not about you, but it does reflect on you reflect on it, or it touches some of the other people's sadnesses or depression. It touches you if you're human. Okay, so I bought it's gonna sound silly, I'm gonna say some weird stuff today, but anyway, my scent of the late night is RSVP. It's very unique perfume. Check out my review on this from House of Kenneth Cole. So recent times I usually always have chocolates, and it's not a good thing always to have sugar, but to lift my mood up I always have chocolates, and I bought a lot of them. Lots of them. Okay, I have everywhere in the room. I have sweet stuff, so it's not good for my diabetes and stuff, but then chocolates. Why did I need chocolates? Need to lift my mood up. This is what happened. Okay, today's topic, I want to keep it short, not too long. I keep saying it, and I always make big videos, but I let my mood go. So yeah, so what happened was, couple of days back, there's a news that came out. I was ready to do 2 3 reviews. I was just so ready. Setup was done, my little setup. And the thing is, like, I was like scrolling down. Have this Facebook, you just keep scrolling, news, entertainment, they keep suggesting stuff, you just keep watching, binge watching. And then recent times there's this news that this old businessman, who's supposedly a father-in-law of a very popular film star in Bangladesh, no, don't want to take names, but Bangladesh, he's very famous in Bangladesh, and perhaps he did films in India also, in Kolkata. But the thing is, like, he committed suicide on a live Facebook video, which is very odd because this is not the platform to do all that. People understand that this is for social media, keep it safe, healthy for other people. But what happened was, this person actually talked about 15 minutes of his sadness and depression and loneliness. Okay, and the basic story was, he's successful, but he actually was going through cancers in 2007. He detected it was cancer that was diagnosed like for long time, 13 years he's been battling. Perhaps he is like not being able to eat food. After cancer survivor, you have to maintain your life. So he was very rich, popular, and then successful businessman. His daughters, everybody was good, but no one kept in touch with him. Okay, so he was very lonely, and he said very sad and depressing stuff. Okay, I never, when you hear human stories, it's very easy to uh, hear stuff from people like when you see from different countries, oh, poor people. And then when you hear war-torn countries, you just sit there, you have a nice life, you have this nice big drinks, in your glass, like in your hand from 7-Eleven. But mental health is important. That's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to refer to Mr. Danny Friel, I think. Yeah, that's his name. But I don't know how to say his last name. I talked to him recent times, but he's from UK. And I think we talked a few days back on the phone for the very first time. We talked about this. Mental health is important. Do reach out, speak about it. And it's serious, it's real. Okay, and just because you cannot see it, it doesn't mean it's not there. So what happened was, I keep going away from the topic. So he talked about how his parents never loved him. Okay, it's one of the darkest things I ever heard. And it really messed me up. I'm just a human being full of flaws. I have my emotional side, I have my short temper, short fuse, I have a lot of flaws. But at the same time, I have this other side of me that things touch me. Random things. I'm very weird in that way. This news, when I saw it, it was everywhere, and they sort of censored that part where he actually shoots. But the stuff that he said, it was more depressing than him shooting himself. Okay, and that's a very wrong thing to say, but that's what it was. He said his parents did not love him. They did not give him what he deserved wealth-wise. They did not care for him. Perhaps we don't know his side of story, but that's just sad. If your own family, you know, your own children, your own brothers, siblings, sisters, they don't take care of you, they put you at one side and they're enjoying and going on about their lives, something is seriously wrong in our system. There's a deeply flawed system, okay, where money is the most important criteria. People are just running after money, their own happiness, their new car, their new apartment, their children, and they live very selfish. We live in a selfish life in city. That's normal. But what's the limit of selfishness? It's huge. Not just our country. It's real in everywhere. So we all have this somewhat. Perhaps this is a story of it. It's related to me. Perhaps I could connect to this old guy. He was just 57. I'm 40. He's just 17 years older than me. You know, he's not that old, but he was like he loved to eat, and I didn't know him in personal level, but he said people cheated him, like they owed him money, they did not pay him back, and the saddest thing he said was because in our system we different country culture, they, let's say Hindus, they burn, like they have the funeral, like they have that way, then they put the ashes, like in the Ganga river or something like it. We Christians, we bury, like we have the burial sort of ceremony. So he said in the end that I have my personal family graveyard, but do not bury me next to my father and mother. Bury me somewhere far from them. And when I watched it, I didn't tell this to anybody. It got me all messed up. Okay, what kind of depression you have to be in to say all those things before? How much pain? If I understand that if you're dying, like let's say cancer is killing you at the last stage, this person could have lived much longer if someone just cared for him, or his family, the people that matter most to him. Like if you're lonely, there's nothing worse than that. You are alive, but you are dead soul. You are inside, you are dead, and you are depressed. Nothing can cheer you up. He has wealth, he has a house, he has a car, he lives in our area, which is kind of like a relatively upper class area. So he had everything going, but he had nothing. That's what he said. I feel very lonely. I don't have anybody to talk to. So the thing is, this is the reason I didn't do reviews for 2 days. Okay, you can take it however you want, but this person's motive, people will forget, because we have so many people. We have 18 crores people in Bangladesh. That is huge. 18 million, I think, no, 180 million. I don't know what's the number in English, but we have a huge population for a small country. So here accidents happen, people die, a lot of things nobody remembers, because we are too selfish and too busy. We don't really think of anything. We have afterlife perhaps, but we just think of this world, the gain here, happiness, sometimes just our addiction of perfumes, but we don't think of people's sentiments and stuff, right? And this is what happens, like it reflects our society's status. Okay, and people are just gonna be like this, depressed. You can have the most rich life, you can have everything in your life, but let's say if you don't have any real communication with people, and somewhat the COVID made it really, really worse. The mental health, just it got worse, and I believe, it has impact on us. We are short tempered because we have been in the house for a very long time. We couldn't do our normal life, couldn't meet up our people, we couldn't travel far. So all these things has huge impact on people psychologically. So mental health is as important as physical health. I believe in it so much, because a lot of these big popular stars that we care for, they committed suicide, right? They took their own lives. I used to love Linkin Park, Chester Bennington, Robin Williams, a lot of these names, because they're popular, they're well known. So people, when they passed away, people like couldn't believe. Chester Bennington with his family last seconds, few days back, he was smiling, he didn't look depressed. So these things don't show, right? So my whole purpose of doing this video is reaching out to you two ways. One way is, if you are not okay, it's okay to be not okay. People say it, but it has a meaning. Okay, let's see, if you're watching this, if I can save one life, I'll feel blessed. If you're feeling not okay, like you don't have any friends, and then you feel the world is being unfair to you, and whatever you do, you're not successful, your family hates you, or you don't have a family, you are very not lonely, but you have a life that you feel like unhappy life. Perhaps you should reach out to someone. If you like a girl, you should tell her, or if you are a girl, you're telling. If you like some guy, or whatever, you're a girl, you like another girl, if you wanted to do something, just do it. Just let others know that you are not okay. And perhaps, trust me, if you try to take it, if you share your sadness, there's no such clear cut recipe or remedy to this, but I feel if a person can take out his sorrow from the heart and share with the next person, it becomes lighter. People feel relieved. It's like the Green Mile. Take away someone's sickness or illness, terminal disease. Mental health is like that important. People can die inside and then it can have a heart attack, and people can die out of heartache, right? So thing is, other side of the thing I want to tell you in this not so long video, take care of people, okay? If you see someone like he is depressed, ask them if he's okay. And if you don't care for a person, if you do not give them recognition, if you feel someone is talented, sometimes it happens so much. People are so talented, they are such good students, but they don't find a job. You give the job to a person who's the most unqualified because of his connections. You give chance to a cricket player or football player who actually bribed you, who gave you money, but that person is not talented. So this way, natural aspirations will die. People will feel like the world is not fair. If you're in power, if you, let's say, authority, if you are a minister, if you are a big shot guy, if you hold the power that you can make some changes, don't just live for yourself. Do some donations to poor and needy. God will keep you okay. If you care for others, you will be always okay. But if you're in authority, if you are in a power, make sure you give recognition to people who deserve it. If he's the office, let's say he's just the mailman or he's just a janitor. These people have been working for you for a number of years, loyal to you, your drivers, your helping hand, your, personal secretary. So once in a while, ask them how they are. Ask them if they need something, if their family is okay, keep in touch with them, In this way, people will feel valued. People would not want to blow their brains out, So that's what that's a very rude term, sorry about that. But I think recognition to people is very important. In this world, people do work hard to be recognized and valued and respected and recognized, in a way. Like, let's say we do fragrance reviews and I really love the way people give me love. Perhaps I don't make the most of the money. I spend a lot more than I earn. But when people have trust in me, they have said, Joy, your work means a lot to us. This is what I need. I know that many people out there, I don't ever meet them or I haven't talked to them, but they have me in their prayers. Okay, so I have some impact on people's lives. So in that way, I feel happy. Okay, even if my monetization goes away, but my videos, if they remain here, even after my demise, they will be here to help. Or some people say, hey, this guy was a good reviewer, or he actually did this only fragrance review he did, and this was helpful, so I could look into this. Okay, so last story before I say the sad story. One of our bigger cartoonists in all over Asia. Okay, he, no names once again, he used to draw cartoons in our childhood time. We used to buy these comics, and he was from India, Kolkata, I think. He recently passed away he was very old, but he was such a guy. He deserved a national award just for all his contributions, for all the memories that he left. Huge comics, he did so many comics and so funny. It made our childhood special. I believe if you are from Bangladesh, Nonte Fonte Hada Boda, if you these cartoons, if you this comics, if you read in your school days, like in 90s, 80s, your childhood was beautiful. Chacha Chaudhary and all this. It was not his one, but these cartoons like comics, Indrojal comics, those from Kolkata, they would know Phantom, Mandrake. Okay, this was our childhood. This is special. So the person who's responsible for it, he received I think Padma Shri, or that national award, that recognition. He received it in his deathbed when he didn't have senses, just before he passed away. Like he was just in an intensive ICU, and people like, look, you got this award. Like, I know this is gonna sound very lame and means nothing to many of you, but what is the purpose of giving national award when he's just dead? A person cannot feel anything after he's under the ground. Okay, so if you really feel a person was talented, give him recognition right now. If you feel a reviewer you like, let them know that his work means a lot to you. Maybe that person will feel more motivated and his life would be, like people, everybody is supposed to die one day, right? But if you go with that satisfaction, remember the line from the Green Mile, I think, Tom Hanks said, in end of the day, like before you die, you face the mirror and you can tell yourself that you have been a good guy. Your life was perfect, something like it. So give recognition to people when they're alive, not when they're gone. Like many of us now talk about fragrance reviewers who passed away, right? They are dead, and now we're missing them, how great they were. They can't hear you. Perhaps they can spiritually, but I pray for them You know, I miss their work. I look at Carlos, I look at Dan, I look at all my friends, you know, who were here, but today they are not here with us. They'll always be here, right? But make sure you let others know they're important or how special they are. If you know someone and you feel like they deserve it, and have a little bit bigger heart, you know, that's the whole purpose. End of the day, if you just always envious, jealous, attacking, you know, we can do that. It's very easy to break down stuff. You know, you can go to the channel, hey, your channel is like, you make fun of, haha, and you just feel like sadistic happiness. End of the day, you are not happy, right? So I talked about happiness before, but I really feel the world, if it supposed to sustain, uh, get engaged in positive vibes, take yourself away, and then watch people who are less fortunate, talk to people who are not okay mentally, they are not doing okay, they look like not okay. Ask them, are you okay? If something wrong, just let's have a coffee and stuff. It can make a huge difference. Thanks for watching, and I hope I could make some sense. And that's what, you know, sometimes things get to me, you know, I just want to talk about it. Mental health is important. Reach out to people and talk to them, and then you perhaps will feel better. Have a nice day. See you soon. Take care. Okay, bye bye.